Welcome to English Podcast.
The podcast that makes English easy for everyone. I'm Eric.
And I'm Lisa. We're here to help you understand English words and phrases in the simplest way possible.
Whether you're just starting out or looking to improve your skills, we will explain the words clearly and give you real-life examples.
So sit back, relax, and let's get started with today's lesson. What are the words today, Eric?
Okay, Lisa. The first word is benefit. Then we will continue with to wake up, to discuss, then to be annoyed. And the final one is to be confused.
Great! Okay, Eric, can you start with the first word?
Sure, Lisa. The first word is benefit.
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 Oh, that's a good word. A benefit is something good that helps you, like an advantage.
Yes, exactly. It's very similar to advantage. It is like when something makes your life better or easier. For example, eating healthy food has many benefits that make you feel good.
Let's use benefit in a short dialogue. Imagine two friends talking in a park.
Hey Tom, have you started using the new health app I told you about?
Yes, I have. It's really great and has a lot of benefits. I am writing down what I eat and how much I exercise.
That's good to hear. What benefits have you noticed?
Actually, yes, I feel more energetic and I've lost some weight too.
That's wonderful. Following your routine can be very helpful for your health.
That was a nice example. So, Tom saw the benefit of using the health app because it helped him feel better and lose weight.
Now, Lisa, can you think of something that is a benefit of learning a new language?
You can meet people from different countries if you learn a new language. That's a big benefit, right?
Absolutely. Understanding and speaking another language can open up so many doors for you. Or, can you think of the benefits of exercise, Lisa?
Sure. Exercise can make you stronger and help you sleep better. Those are important benefits.
Yes, they are. It also shows how much benefit the things we do, or the decisions we make have.
Try to use the word benefit in your own sentences and think about the benefits in your life.
Right. Today, we learned about the word benefit. Remember, a benefit is something good that helps you.
Okay, let's move on to our next word. What is the next word, Eric?
The next word is to wake up.
To wake up.
To wake up. To wake up means to stop sleeping and become awake. For example, I usually wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's right, Eric. Now, let's have a sample dialogue using to wake up.
Tom, it's time to wake up. You'll be late for school.
Just 5 more minutes, Mom. I'm still sleepy.
No, Tom. You need to wake up now and get ready. Breakfast is waiting for you.
Okay, Mom. I'm waking up now.
In this dialogue, the mother tries to wake up her son Tom so that he will not be late for school.
Yes, and Tom wants to sleep a little longer, but his mother wants him to wake up and get ready for the day.
Eric, what time do you usually wake up in the morning?
I usually wake up around 6:30 a.m. How about you, Lisa?
I wake up a bit later, around 7:30 a.m. Do you find it easy to wake up in the morning?
Not always. Sometimes I feel very sleepy and want to stay in bed longer. But I know I have to wake up and start my day. What helps you wake up in the morning, Lisa?
I find it very useful to set an alarm and put my phone away from my bed. When the alarm goes off, I have to get out of bed to switch it off, and this helps me to wake up.
That's a smart idea. It makes you get up and really wake up. Do you use the sleep button?
Sometimes, on weekends, I might press the snooze button once or twice. What about you, Eric? How do you wake up early?
I drink a big glass of water before I go to bed. It helps me wake up early and feel energetic.
Interesting. Drinking water is a good tip. It seems healthy and helpful for waking up.
Exactly, Lisa. Okay, we learned that waking up is a very simple but important part of our day, and there are many different ways to do it.
Right, Eric. Waking up early can be easy for some people and hard for others. But it's important to find which ways are best for you.
Well said, Lisa.
Thanks for the great conversation about to wake up, Eric.
You're welcome, Lisa. Now, let's move on to the next word. The next word is to discuss.
To discuss.
To discuss.
Great word, Eric. To discuss is a verb that means to talk about something with someone, to share information or opinions. It's a way to share your ideas about something.
Exactly, Lisa. Now, let's give our listeners an example dialogue to help them understand how to use to discuss in a conversation.
Sounds good. Here's a sample dialogue between two friends.
Hi, Sarah. Do you have a minute to discuss our plans for the weekend?
Sure, John. What ideas do you have in mind?
I was thinking we could have a barbecue in the park. What do you think?
That sounds great. Let's discuss the details and make a list of what we need.
That was a perfect example. What do you like to discuss with your friends, Eric?
I love to discuss movies. Talking about the story and the characters is always fun. How about you, Lisa?
I enjoy discussing books. It's interesting to share opinions on different stories. Eric, why is it important to discuss things with others?
Great question, Lisa. It's important to discuss it because it helps us understand different opinions, and it can also teach us new things. What do you think, Lisa?
I agree, Eric. Discussing also makes our relationship strong. It's a way to connect with other people by talking and listening. Eric, can you think of any other situations where people might need to discuss something?
Well, students often discuss their homework or projects with classmates. Families might discuss their weekend plans or household chores.
Those are good examples, Eric. Or friends might discuss their hobbies like books or movies they enjoy.
True. Discussing is a big part of our daily lives and relationships.
It sure is. Thanks for explaining the word to discuss, Eric. I think our listeners will find it helpful.
I hope so, Lisa. Let's move on to the next word. It's to be annoyed.
To be annoyed.
To be annoyed.
What does to be annoyed mean, Eric?
To be annoyed means to feel bothered or upset because of something or someone. It's not a strong, angry feeling, but it can make you feel a little upset.
Oh, I see. Can we have an example of dialogue with the word annoyed?
Of course. Let's set the scene. Imagine you're in a library and you are trying to study.
Why are you talking so loudly? It makes me really annoyed. I'm trying to study here.
Oh, I didn't realize I was being loud. Sorry about that.
It's fine, but it was really annoying.
That was a good example. Alice was trying to study and Bob was talking loudly. Alice felt annoyed because it was hard for her to study.
Exactly, Lisa. What about you? Do you sometimes feel annoyed?
Yes, sometimes when I'm reading and there is a lot of noise, I feel annoyed. What about you, Eric?
Same here. I get annoyed when I'm trying to work and my cat jumps on my desk and blocks my computer screen.
That sounds cute, but annoying at the same time.
Yes, it is.
So, annoyed is used to express that something or someone is making us feel slightly upset or irritated. Also, it's not just about what others do. Situations can make us feel annoyed too.
Correct. It's important to express anger calmly and politely, as Alice did in our example.
Definitely. Well, that's all for today's word, to be annoyed. Thanks for explaining, Eric.
No problem, Lisa. Thank you all for listening. Remember, feeling annoyed is normal, but how we handle it makes a difference.
Let's move on to our last word. What is the last word, Eric?
The last word is to be confused.
To be confused.
To be confused. To be confused means to be unsure or unclear about something. When you are confused, you don't fully understand what is happening or what someone is saying.
That's right, Eric. For example, you might say, I'm confused about the directions to the park. Here's a sample dialogue using to be confused.
Hey Mary, what would you like to order?
I'm confused by the menu. There are so many options. What do you recommend?
Yes, it makes me confused as well, but I know what I will eat. The spaghetti carbonara is my favorite.
That sounds good. I think I'll try that. Thanks for helping me decide.
That's a great example, Lisa. It shows how someone can be confused when there are too many choices.
Definitely. It's common to feel confused in situations like that. Hey, Eric, have you ever been confused by something recently?
Actually, yes. I was trying to set up my new phone yesterday, and I got really confused by all the different settings and options.
Oh, I know what you mean. Technology can be so confusing sometimes. What did you do?
I asked my friend for help. She's really good with technology and explained things to me clearly.
That's a great solution. Asking someone for help is always a good idea when you're confused about something.
Absolutely. It's okay to say when you don't understand something and ask for help.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for sharing your example, Eric.
No problem, Lisa. I hope our listeners find this explanation of to be confused helpful.
Remember, everyone feels confused sometimes, and it's perfectly normal. Don't be afraid to ask questions or ask for help when you need it.
Great advice, Lisa. Well, that's all for this word.
That's it for today on Simply Explained English. Thanks for joining us.
We hope you learned something fun. Keep using your new words.
Don't forget to listen to our next episodes. We've got more exciting things to share.
Tell us what you think or ask us questions. We'd love to hear from you.
See you next time. Keep learning and having fun with English.
Bye and keep practicing your English.
The podcast that makes English easy for everyone. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Eric. We're here to help you understand one English words and phrases in the simplest way possible.
Whether you're just starting to learn English or looking to improve your English, we'll explain the words clearly and give you real-life examples. Okay, Eric, let's get started with today's words. What are the words today, Eric?
Okay, Lisa. The first word today is equal. Then we will continue with balance, to be worth. Then countryside. And the final one is to give up.
Great. Okay, can you start with the first word?
Sure, Lisa. Equal means something is the same in quantity, size, degree, or value as something else.
That's a great definition. Let's make it clearer with an example dialogue. Imagine two students are comparing their test scores.
Hey Jane, how did you do on the math test?
I got 85 out of 100. What about you?
I got the same score. Our scores are equal.
That's great. We both studied hard, so it's nice to see we got equal scores.
This dialogue shows Sam and Jane having test scores that are the same, so they are equal. Eric, can you think of a time when being equal is really important?
Sure, Lisa. In sports, it's important for teams to have an equal number of players to make the game fair. What about you, Lisa? Can you think of another situation where equal matters?
Yes, in sharing food or treats. It's nice when everyone gets an equal portion, so no one feels left out. It makes everyone feel treated fairly.
That's true, Lisa. Equal is a word we often use when talking about fairness and justice too, like when everyone has equal rights and opportunities.
Exactly, Eric. Do you think everyone has an equal opportunity to learn a new language?
Good question. I think everyone should have an equal opportunity. But sometimes that doesn't happen because of different problems. That's why we're here, trying to explain English in a simple way, so that many people can learn and improve it freely.
Well said, Eric. We're very interested in making sure that everyone has an equal chance to learn. I hope that our podcast makes people feel motivated and helped. So, let's summarize today's word. Equal means the same in number, size, degree, or value.
Yes, Lisa. We use it a lot in English to talk about fairness and justice.
Okay, Eric, let's move on to the next word. What is it and what does it mean?
Oh, Lisa, that's a great word. The next word is balance.
Balance.
Balance. Balance means keeping everything equal, like not falling when standing on one leg or not focusing on one thing only.
Can you give us an example of a dialogue where the word balance is used?
Sure. Let's say there are two friends, Tom and Alex. Tom is talking about how he manages his time.
Hey Alex, how are you doing well in school? Do you still spend time on football and video games?
Well, Tom, it's all about balance. I have a balanced plan every week. I try to find a balance between studying, training for football, and playing some games.
That sounds clever. I'm always playing games, and then late at night trying to finish my homework. I guess I don't have a good balance between the two.
Your activities should be in balance. This can help you feel less stressed and more successful.
That's a good example, Eric. Balancing activities is very important.
Absolutely, Lisa. Do you think it's easy to get a good balance in life?
No, Eric, not always. It takes work and preparation, but it's worth it. Alex said that making a plan can be very helpful in the dialogue.
Right. Do you find a good balance between your hobbies and work, Lisa?
I try, Eric. Sometimes I have to change something to find a better balance, but it helps me feel happier and more relaxed. How about you?
I'm learning to find balance better. Keeping the balance between what's important and what's not helps me make better use of my time.
That's a good point, Eric. It's very important to have a balance of activities.
Exactly. Do you have any final thoughts about balance before we move on, Lisa?
Finding the right balance in different areas of your life can bring happiness and success. You should make an effort to find it.
Well said, Lisa. That's all for balance. Let's move on to our next word.
Okay, Eric, what is the next word?
The next word is to be worth it. To be worth it means that something is good or important enough to make the cost, effort, or time right on it. Or, if something is worth it, it means it is good enough to make extra effort. For example, if you say, the movie was worth the wait, it means that the movie was so good that you don't mind waiting a long time to see it.
Now, let's have a sample dialogue using to be worth it.
Wow, the line to get into this restaurant is so long. We've been waiting for almost an hour.
I know, but I heard the food here is amazing. I think it will be worth the wait.
I hope you're right. I'm starving. That was incredible. The food was so delicious.
See? I told you. It would be worth it.
That's a great example, Eric. It shows how we can use to be worth it in a real-life situation.
Yes, and it also shows that sometimes we have to wait or put in extra effort to get something we really want.
Definitely. Can you think of any other situations where we might use this phrase?
Sure. For example, if you study hard for a test and get a good grade, you could say, all that studying was worth it.
That's a good one. Or if you save up money to buy something special like a new phone or a trip, You might say, it was expensive, but it was worth it.
Exactly. It's all about deciding whether the end result makes an effort or cost right or not.
I agree. It's important to think about whether something is really worth it before spending our time, money, or energy on it.
That's a great point, Lisa. We should always consider if something is truly valuable to us before going after it.
Thanks for explaining this word, Eric. I think our listeners will find it very useful in their everyday lives.
You're welcome, Lisa. It's always a pleasure to share helpful English words and phrases with our listeners.
Okay, let's move on to our next word.
The next word is countryside. The countryside is the land outside of cities and towns. It usually has fields, forests, and farms. It's a natural and peaceful place.
That's right, Eric. Let's see it in action with an example dialogue. Imagine a family discussing their weekend plans.
What should we do this weekend? Any ideas?
How about we go to the countryside? It would be nice to get away from the city.
Yes, I want to see the animals and run in the fields.
And I can take photos. The countryside is so beautiful.
This dialogue shows the family decided to spend their weekend in the countryside.
It's a good example, Lisa. What do you like most about the countryside?
I love quiet and fresh air. It's so relaxing. How about you, Eric?
I enjoy the open spaces and the chance to see wildlife. It's a good break from the busy city life. By the way, Lisa, do you think living in the countryside is better than living in the city?
That's a tough question, Eric. Both have their benefits. The countryside offers peace and nature, but there are more job options and fun things to do in the city. It depends on what a person likes more.
That's fair. The countryside can be a wonderful place to visit or to live if you enjoy a quieter, simpler life.
Definitely. And for our listeners, visiting the countryside can be a refreshing experience. Whether it's for a day or a holiday, it's nice to explore and enjoy the outdoors.
Well said, Lisa. Remember, dear listeners, the countryside is all about natural beauty, peace, and a break from the noise and chaos of the city.
I think it's important to appreciate both the city and the countryside. They both have their own benefits.
That's true. And it's always nice to take a break from your usual routine and enjoy something different.
Definitely. So, let's summarize the word, Eric. Countryside refers to the rural areas outside of cities and towns, and it's often associated with nature and peaceful scenery.
Yes, Lisa. And it's also a great place to get rid of the noise and chaos of the city.
Great, Eric. So now we will explain our last word today. What is it, Eric?
Our last word today is to give up. To give up means to stop trying to do something often because it's too difficult or because you don't think you can do it. When you give up, you stop making an effort to do something.
Let's listen to an example dialogue between two friends, Sarah and Jamie, who are talking about their New Year's plans.
Hey, Jamie, how are your New Year's plans going?
Not great, to be honest. I really wanted to give up smoking, but it's been so hard.
I understand. Stopping smoking is really tough. But don't give up just yet. Think about all the benefits of giving up smoking. You'll feel healthier, you'll save money, and you'll be proud of yourself for making your plans for the next year.
You're right. Maybe I just need to try a different way to give it up.
In this dialogue, Jamie is trying to give up smoking on his New Year's plan.
Yes, but Sarah supports him not to stop trying to give up smoking.
Giving up is not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's better to understand that something isn't working and give up. For example, when I realized I couldn't win the game, I decided to give up and try again next time.
That's true. But it's also important to keep going and not give up too quickly.
Absolutely. Do you have any tips for our listeners on how to stay motivated and not give up, Lisa?
Yes, I do. One thing that helps me is to set small goals for myself. That way, I can feel motivated to keep going.
That's a great idea. I also find it helpful to tell friends and family about my goals. They can provide support and encouragement when I need it.
Definitely, Eric. So, let's summarize the word, Eric. To give up means to stop trying to do something often because it's too difficult or because you don't think you can do it.
Yes, Lisa. It's important to remember that giving up is not always a bad thing. Sometimes you just need to keep going.
Okay, listeners. That's all for today's episode of Simply English Explained. We hope you enjoyed our explanation of the English language and added new words to your vocabulary.
Remember, language learning is a journey, not a race. So, take your time and enjoy each step.
Join us again next time for more words, dialogues, and fun discussions.
Until then, keep practicing, stay curious, and goodbye from all of us here.
Bye-bye.